We're live. Wonderful. Welcome to another day of a tree growing out of my head for the Bhagavad Gita Sadhana. As you may have noticed, when you're on this playlist, at least as this is being done live, um, there are some upcoming events in the playlist that are for Navratri. We will be tapping into the connection between the Bhagavad Gita and the divine feminine during those days. And I just put them in early so that you'd really have that on your calendar. And if you'd like to join us for a live Navratri event, which I'll talk more about as it gets closer, that will be April 15th. And there's a link in the summary with more details. One way we can think about Navratri is the celebration of the divine feminine, especially as embodied in Mother Nature, who is singing for us today. And the Gita, which means song, is singing for us today a song of being human. We're just going to start looking at chapter 5. And in chapter 5, Arjun is once again himself and once again us. And this question he asks at the start of chapter 5 might sound familiar because he's kind of asked it before, and he's most likely going to ask it again. And Krishna is going to give a similar but phrased differently answer. And this is symbolic of life. We're often asking the same questions. I used to keep a journal when I was young. And then after many years, I went back and reread it and I went, I'm doing the same thing. What's the point? It's the same thing. Have I learned yet? This cycle. And life has had to keep giving me the same answers over and over. Maybe someday I will hear that. So, beginning of chapter 5, and I'll be chanting from Embracing the Song of Your Soul with all its various marks and book anchors. There we go. Okay, Arjun speaks. Krishna, you praise both giving up actions and acting consciously. Tell me conclusively which of these two paths is the better way. So here's Arjun again going, all right, you're spelling out all these paths, and we're on the 5th path. Which one is best? Why would I waste my time on the not best path? And Krishna gives us reassurance because many of us do want to feel like we're on the best path. Maybe it's the best career path, the best parenting path, the best route driving to and from work. And Krishna says in verse 4, children, not wise men, see reason and action as two separate paths. He who is established in one of these ways gains the fruit of both. Oh, Arjuna asked specifically about two paths. Which of these two paths? And Krishna says, there's really no difference. They can all take you, well, he says here they can both take you because Arjuna asked specifically about two, but we can generalize because he'll say that the paths all lead to the same place. And what is that place? That place is samatvam, our overall theme for the year, which means equanimity, the quality of being able to be true to yourself no matter what. And Krishna says this in some very lovely words. I would like to share with you another way of thinking about equanimity, our overall goal, especially for our year-long practice. And this is a quote I found it attributed to so many different people from so many different points of time and cultures that I'm just going to say, who knows who said it? It's true, though. Two things define you: your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. Are they different? If you're different when you have nothing and when you have everything, then the Gita says your work is not quite done. When you can be the same in both, that's when you've reached the conclusion of your path. And that can give us something to think about in the meditation. Let me see. I know I'm pretty different when, like, I think the camera isn't working for this video versus when I think everything's great and it's my birthday. Okay, so I have work to do, and maybe you have less work than I do. Maybe you have more. We're all traveling the path together. I'd like to dedicate this particular practice, though, to a few specific people on the path: Alden and Mollie and Sharon H. or Sri Priya in Baltimore. I am thinking of you and all the work that has to be done there. So, hearts with you. Let's practice. I can have the door open today. And we'll switch. All righty. For our contemplation today, I do invite you to consider how you are when you have nothing, or you perceive that nothing's going your way, and how you are when you feel like everything's going your way. And is there a gap between those two? What's your real self? We'll connect again in 5. Oh, Welcome back. I hope you had an interesting contemplation today. I was joined by two new friends, a worm and a daffodil over here. It's lovely. We have lots of daffodils over there. But today's over here is new. If you're wondering, as many of you have asked me, why I chose to practice outside every day for a year in Cleveland, part of me was trying to figure out if I could be true to my convictions. And being true to my convictions to practice, whether it's perfectly nice out or what I might call not nice out, is important for me to determine. It helps me realize if I am being true or if I'm being vacillating. Well, I hope that this practice is helping you figure out who you truly are, because the true you is amazing and wonderful, and I look forward to us connecting again tomorrow. Until then, may you be you.